Let's see how we can manipulate the Web Map JSON in ArcGIS Online using the ArcGIS API for Python to reorder layers in our web map. Open up the reorderlayers.py script from the Web Map settings folder. We have seen in previous videos that we can use the item object getData to return the JSON definition for a web map as a dictionary. We are going to grab that definition and alter the operational layers list to reorder the layers in our web map. We first access ArcGIS Online, where I'm going to use the content manager get method and supply in our web map item ID, which I'll paste in now for my notepad. The get method returns an item object that will assign to a variable called web map item. We are going to use that web map item, the item object, and call the getData method to return the web map JSON definition as a dictionary. We'll assign this to a variable called web map item data. We will create a reorder list which contains the names of the layers in our web map and the order we want them to display. At index 0 is the bottom of the list, so we want our county boundaries layer. Then we want our NPWS group layers. And sitting on top, we want our National Inventory of Architectural Heritage layer. Let's pop over to ArcGIS Online. Here we can see the current state of our web map. Our county boundaries sit at the bottom. We're going to leave this layer as is. Our NIAH sits above this, so we want to move our NIAH layer above our NPWS group layer. We have created a list with county boundaries, NPWS, and then our NIAH. So when we're finished with our script and rerun it, our layers should be reordered. Let's head back to PyScripter and construct the rest of the script. We'll create an empty dictionary to hold the definition for each layer in our web map. The key for this dictionary is going to be the layer name, and the value is going to be the JSON definition dictionary for that layer. So for each layer, which is a dictionary in our web map item data operational layers property, we're going to add the layer title as the key to our dictionary and the dictionary that defines that layer as the value. We then create an empty list. This empty list is going to represent our new operational layers list. So we're going to move or shuffle around those layer dictionaries from the original operational layers. So we need to populate the new operational layers list. So for each layer name in our reorder list, which we have 3 layers here, it's first going to hit our county boundaries layer, and we're going to append the definition for that layer into our new operational list. Next, it hits the NPWS group layers and appends in the definition to the list. And lastly, it'll hit our NIAH and append that into the list. So our new operational layers list is a list of dictionaries that represent each layer. The first in the list will be our county boundaries, the second will be our group layer, and the third will be our NIAH. And this is the order that we want our layers in our web map. We then overwrite the operational layers property from our JSON definition with our new operational layers list. All that's left to do is to update the item object with the new definition. We create a dictionary called item properties. We set the key to text and the value to our updated JSON definition that contains the reordered layers. We then use the item object update method and supply in our item properties dictionary as the item properties parameter. So let's run this script and then check out the result in ArcGIS Online. Okay, I've got an error there because I have an S at the end of layers rather than just layer. When there's an error, it's usually something small as one single character. So I'll rerun the script. Our script is complete. Let's head on over to ArcGIS Online. Here we have the current state of our web map, where we have our county boundaries on the bottom, our NIAH and our NPWS group layer. We have manipulated the JSON definition, so when we refresh we should see that our layers are reordered. So let's refresh our map and we can see that our layers have been reordered. Our NIAH layer has been moved to the top and our MPWS group layer sits underneath that, and then our county boundaries layer. In this video we saw how we could reorder web map layers by manipulating the JSON definition.